You're sitting across from her at dinner, the same table you've shared 1,000 times, and somewhere between the laughter fading and the silence settling, you feel it. That hollow, sinking feeling that tells you you're not with her anymore. You're just in the same room. And it's not because anything dramatic happened. There's no fight. No betrayal. Just a quietness that used to feel like comfort and now feels like distance. Here's what your mind starts doing the moment you notice it. Why doesn't she look at me the way she used to? Did I do something wrong, or did I just stop doing everything right? Is she falling out of love, or did she already fall? Bro, that voice in your head? It keeps telling you the wrong story. Here's what nobody tells you. The relationship didn't get colder because the love disappeared, it got colder because the safety did. And when safety leaves a relationship, the love doesn't vanish. It goes underground. It hides behind logistics, exhaustion, and the slow death of pretending everything's fine. You're not failing at love. You're not a bad partner. You're standing exactly where every man has stood when the person he chose starts slipping quietly through his hands. By the end of this video, you'll understand the 3 signs that she's emotionally detaching, not the loud ones, but the quiet, invisible shifts that happen long before she ever says the words we need to talk. And once you see them, you can change them. Let's get into it. Most men believe that if a woman wanted out, she'd say it. She'd create a scene. She'd give a speech. But the real truth is, emotional detachment in women almost never announces itself. It whispers. It leaks out through tone, through timing, through the slow death of curiosity. Here's what nobody explains: your partner's nervous system is reading you before her mind can catch up. And when she stops feeling safe with you, she doesn't explode. She reorganizes. She stops reaching. She starts treating the relationship like a job she shows up to instead of a life she's choosing. This is about losing her trust in the emotional ground beneath the two of you. And when that ground gets shaky, even the most loving woman in the world will start pulling back, not to hurt you, but to protect herself from a collapse she sees coming. So here's where it gets really interesting. The 3 signs aren't what you think. They're not yelling. They're not even the absence of affection. There's something much quieter that most men completely overlook until it's too late to course correct. 1. She stops reaching first. Most couples reach for each other in the small moments. A hand on the back. A "hey, come look at this." A random text just because she thought of you. Most men don't even notice this is happening until it stops. And when it stops, they don't register it as a sign, they just feel an unnamed heaviness in the air. Here's the deeper truth. When a woman stops initiating, it's almost never because she forgot how to. It's because she's already rehearsing life without you. Not because she wants that life. Because she's emotionally practicing for the possibility you'll never show up the way she's been waiting for. Her brain is quietly registering, he's not coming toward me. So I need to start letting go of needing him to. Picture the contrast. Disconnect version: you're on the couch, she's in the kitchen, and the silence just sits there. Neither of you breaks it. Connecting version: same couch, same kitchen, but in that quiet moment she turns and says, "Hey, come sit with me for a second. I just want to be near you." Not asking for anything. Just choosing closeness. That's the shift that turns a relationship that feels like a negotiation into one that feels like a refuge. 2. The curiosity goes quiet. Here's the part no one talks about. Most people think the measure of connection is sex, dates, doing the things they love. But the real signal isn't what you do together, it's whether you're still genuinely curious about each other's inner world. Most men stop being curious without realizing it. They reduce the woman they love to a checklist of things she needs to be supportive, stable, on their team. They stop asking about her dreams, her fears, the parts of her that have nothing to do with the relationship. And she notices, bro. She always notices. And here's what changes everything. When she feels like you've stopped being curious about who she actually is, not the role she plays in your life, but the person underneath it, she doesn't confront you. She just quietly becomes the smaller version of herself. The version that fits inside a life where she's not really known. What's moving through her in that moment is, he actually wants to know. Not what I did. Who I am. I forgot how good that feels. Picture this. Disconnect version, how was your day? Fine. End of conversation. Connecting version, what's something you were thinking about today that you didn't tell anyone? Suddenly she's telling you something she hasn't said out loud in months. That's when the walls between you begin to come down without either of you having to say a word. 3. She stops fighting back. And this is the one most couples never figure out. Most people think hostility, anger, criticism, those are signs of a bad relationship. But here's the deeper truth. A woman who is still emotionally invested will fight. She'll argue. She'll push back. Her nervous system is still reaching for the relationship, even when it's reaching through tension. But when she stops fighting back, when the same things that used to pull a reaction now slide right off, that's not peace. That's surrender. That's a woman whose nervous system has already decided the relationship isn't safe enough to keep investing in. She's not calm. She's checked out. What looks like acceptance is almost always someone who has been so overwhelmed for so long that silence has become her only protection. Something in you is quietly realizing, she doesn't need me to fix this right now. She just needs me to stay. Picture the contrast. Disconnect version, you come home late, say something thoughtless, she says okay and walks away. No fight. Just gone. Connecting version, same moment, but she says, hey, that hurt. I need you to hear me right now. She's still reaching. Still choosing the discomfort of honesty over the safety of silence. This isn't a communication hack. This is what it looks like when someone has decided the relationship is still worth risking their heart inside of. Here's what I want you to remember, man. These 3 signs aren't symptoms of a relationship that's already over. They're invitations. They're the exact way a woman tells you she's still reaching for you before she gives up reaching altogether. Not louder conversations. Not more compromising. Not scheduling a weekly check-in. But 2 people who actually feel safe enough to be honest with each other for the first time in years. This isn't a checklist. It's an invitation to show up differently, and that changes everything about what's possible between you and the person you chose. The relationship you want starts the moment you stop waiting for it to get better and decide to be what makes it better.